Hi grades 3, today is Tuesday, and today for our math we are looking at exercise 49. It's 3 pages long. For this exercise you also need these pipe cleaners that I sent home, and the reason you need them is because today we are learning about perimeter, and for this we are going to measure our perimeter. Okay, so for this, basically what is perimeter is anything, so you add up all the sides, you look at what is the measurement of something. For example, this room, we would measure this room on all sides, all 4 sides, and then we will add it up together. That would be the perimeter of this room. Okay, so let's get started, and this is what you need to do. You are going to take this pipe cleaner and you're going to circle it around. And do you see that I am circling it around? That is exactly what we do when we find the perimeter of something, a room, a space, or anything, because we are going around and we're measuring each and every single side and angle. Okay, so this is what I would do. So you would shape this pipe cleaner, trace it around the shape. Now, once you're done this, once it's completely done well, and you have the shape, you are going to hold this to where it stopped. Okay, so this is what the perimeter of the circle is. Now take a ruler. So I would take my ruler and I would hold it up. So I would see my centimeters, and I would hold it up all the way from here to here. And it comes all the way to 14 centimeters. So the perimeter of this first shape is 14 centimeters. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Let's go to the next shape, and you would do the same thing. You would hold up your pipe cleaner and you would go around the shape. Okay, so like this. I'll hold it up for you in just a minute. So I went around my shape. Okay, like this. Once you have the complete shape, it will be much easier for you because you don't have to record yourself, whereas I do. So here you go. So once you have it, then you remove it from your picture, and again, straighten it out, hold up your ruler, and measure, and it comes to 16 centimeters. Okay, so that is the perimeter of my rectangle. So I would write 16 centimeters inside. And again, for the rest of the pictures, you'll do the same thing. So hold up your pipe cleaner, trace it along the shape. Okay. Trace, trace, trace. And once you're done, you will take it apart, or you will hold it back and measure it against your ruler. So right over here. So this one ended up being, sorry, I'm holding it the wrong way. Make sure you're holding the centimeter side. Okay, it came to being 14 centimeters again. So shape 1 was 14, shape 2 was 16. I did shape D, it is 14 as well. Okay, so that's what you have to do with these pipe cleaners. Trace your shape, then straighten it out, hold it against the centimeter side of your ruler, and then read the measurement. That would be the perimeter. Okay, perimeter is basically going around a space, circling it basically, and getting the measurements. Okay, so that's what you have to do. You're just looking at, so 3 things: tracing it with this pipe cleaner, holding it straight, measuring it against the centimeter side of your ruler, and writing down your answer. Okay, so that's what we have to do for our perimeter for this page. So just trace your shapes and then read on the ruler. The next page is for page 140. All you have to do is, so perimeter is basically adding up all the sides or counting all the sides to see how much space, or what's the area, what's the space, what's the measurement of a space. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the figure A area is 10 centimeter and your perimeter is 14. How did we get 14? So all you have to do is you're adding up all the sides. Okay, so you're adding up basically this is what you're doing. Okay, it says find the area and perimeter of each figure. So you have to go ahead and you are going to trace your shape either like this and holding it against your ruler. So it is 14, or you can take your ruler and you can measure it like this. So you're gonna hold it over here. It is 2 centimeters on this side. Then you're gonna hold it down here. 5 on this side. So if it is 2 on this side, 2 centimeters on this side with my ruler, that means if this side is 2, this side is also 2, right? So you're basically doing this. 2, 2, 5, and 5. So do you see it? So 2 plus 2 gives me 4. 5 and 5 gives me 10. 10 plus 4 gives me 14. So do you see it? Area is counting all of the squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My area is 10. But my measurements, my sides are 2 on this side, 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom, and 2 on this side. Okay, area is counting each square, perimeter is counting my sides. Okay, so I have 2 on this side, 2 on this side, 5 at the bottom, 5 at the top. My perimeter is 14. Let's go to picture 2. Let's go ahead and count our squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So my area is 13, right? Let's go ahead and count our sides now. My area is 13 because I counted all the squares. I'm going to count my sides now. So I have 1, 2 over on this side. If this side is 2, I can see that this side is also 2. So far, my sides are 2 and 2. I have 1 over here and I have 1 over here. So 2, 4, 6, and 7. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the bottom. And I have 1, 2, 3 at the top. And I also have to remember my this side. So this side, this side, this, and this. So I have 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's go ahead and let's count all of our sides. Do you see I took this side, top, bottom, even this side, right? If I were to subtract the top 3, even this side, right? So let's count. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So sorry, I didn't count it correctly. It should be 16. So I have 3 at the top and 5 at the bottom. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So all of my sides combined together, I have 16 for my perimeter, because perimeter is everything added together, only sides, sorry. All my sides added together. Let's go to this one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the bottom. So far I'm looking at my perimeter, okay? Then I have on my sides, I have 1 over here. I have also this side to look at, right? 1, and then I have 1 on this side, 1 on this side, 1 over here, and 1 over here. Okay, so I have given measurement to, I have looked at all my measurements. Now let's go ahead and count them. We have to do 2 things. Counting the area. Area is basically length times width, or how much space each square is taking. So let's count our area first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my area for figure C is 10, right? Let's go ahead and count our perimeter, which is all of the sides. My sides, I can see I have 6 at the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 at the bottom, 4 at the top. That gives me 10 so far, right? Then I have 10 so far. Then I have 1, so this side, 2, the top side, and 3. So far I have 10, 11, 12, and 13. I have to do the same thing over on the other side. So 1, 2, and 3. So how many sides do I have? So I have 3 on this side, 3 on this side, 6 at the bottom, 4 at the top. If I combine all of these, I have to add all of these. So that would be 6 plus 4 gives me 10. 10 plus 3 gives me 13. 13 plus 3 gives me 16. So the perimeter is 16 for C. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's look at D. Okay. So D is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So for my area, D is 9 because I counted each square. Let's go ahead and count our sides. Because this is an even figure, it would be much easier to count our sides. So it would be 3 on this side, right? So I have 3 squares over on this side. I have 3 squares over on this side. I have 3 at the bottom and 3 at the top. So let's count. 3 plus 3 gives me 6, and 3 plus 3 gives me 6. 6 and 6 gives me 12, right? So my perimeter is 12 centimeters for D. Let's go ahead and let's do this one. E. E seems like much simpler. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 for my area. Now let's go ahead and let's count our sides. We have 1 over here, one side, and one side over here. So far we know we have 2 sides. Then we have bottom side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 at the bottom. Now I have to count my top side, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 at the bottom and I have 8 at the top, right? Even though I understand, even though it's 1 square, and sometimes you're like, well, it's just 1 square. You're counting for each square, you're counting the top, the bottom, and the sides, okay? Does that make sense? top, we're counting our top side. You're counting the bottom side, the sides, and the sides, okay? So let's count. 8 plus 8 gives me 16. And then 16 plus 1 gives me 17. 17 plus 1 gives me 18. So all of the sides combined and added together gives me 18 centimeters. Let's go ahead and let's do F. So for F, we have, let's count our area first. Area is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. My area is 13 centimeters. Grade 3, if you might be confused about what is the major difference. When we are looking at area, we are counting the inner parts and the outer parts. Okay? Whereas perimeter, we are only looking at the outside, the outer part. So basically, we are looking at just the sides. For area, we are looking at how much space the whole thing is taking. Perimeter, the outside. Okay? The outside, only the sides of something. So let's go ahead and let's look at our area. Our perimeter. We already looked at our area. It was 13 centimeters. Let's look at our perimeter. So perimeter, again, counting the sides. The top side, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to write down 4. Let's look at the bottom side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's look at this side. So 4 and 5. So far I have 9. So 1, 2, and 3. On my side, on this side, I have 3. Okay. So 9, 10, 11, and 12. So far I have 12. Then let's look at this side. I have 3 over on this side. Sorry, not 3. Yes, so 1, 2. Let's do 2 first. Now, do you see this leftover block? I have to write 1 at the top because that's a side, the top side of this square only, and 1 on this side, right? So look at, I wrote 4 at the top because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. Then 5 at the bottom. So all the way from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 4 plus 5 gives me 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then I have 13, 14. Then I have the top side of this lonely square, 15. And then I have the side of this lonely square, which is 1. So 16. So all together, my perimeter is 16 centimeters. Does that make sense? So for perimeter, we were counting all of our sides. For area, we multiply. We do side length times width. So for perimeter, remember adding all of the sides. Even the lonely square, you have to add its sides. So I added this side and the bottom. Now let's look at the bottom questions. It says, figure blank and figure blank have the same area. Let's look at which figures have the same area. So which figure, where do you see that they're the same? So we can see figure A and C both have 10 centimeters. So that means A and C are equal in area. So let's look at A and C. Do you see, even though they don't look the same at all, but their area is the same. It's both 10 centimeters. Okay, let's look at the next question. Figure blank and figure blank have the same perimeter, but different areas. So B and C, let's look at B. B and C, they have the same perimeter but different area. Let's look at B. So B is 13 and C is 10 centimeters, but their perimeter are both same, 16. So B and C. Let's look at the last one. It says figure B and figure F have the same area and perimeter. Let's look at B and F. So this is B, 13 and 16. And figure F is also 13 and 16. So look at B and F. Don't they look so different? B and F, they don't look anything at all. They don't look similar, right? Yet their area and their perimeter are both same. Do you see how sometimes some spaces can look bigger and some smaller? But turns out their area and their perimeter are exactly the same. So that is our page 140. Let's look at this one. Now grades 3, for this page, what you have to do is you're adding up all of the sides. They've given you these numbers. All you're doing is just adding them to find the perimeter. Okay, so perimeter is adding all of the sides. And the numbers they've given you, your task is to just add up. So add up your 6 centimeter, 9 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 5 centimeters, and 6 centimeter. Do you see how they've looked at each side? So they measured this side, bottom, side, top, slanted, down, right? So they measured each side, and that's how we find the perimeter. We add up all of our sides, top, bottom, side, anything that is lonely, crooked, or even slanted, you just add up all the sides and write down your answer, okay? So you're basically adding up all of your numbers, adding all numbers to get your perimeter, okay? That's what we have to do for this exercise, and I will see you next time. Good luck.